We sit there and we build enough relationship with every close we get, with every sale we get. So far, reasons why B2B is the next big thing. Number one, it can stand on its own. If you're part of the B2B division, like you don't need anyone. No, what I mean is you can just plan on your own. Ganun, may territory ka na, you have the product. As long as you have the product and you have the territory, you're good. Parang, it can stand on its own. We don't need an events team. We don't need a mall also. We don't need special event sites to high roll. Because admit it, we do that, right? Shucks, qualifying ako. Kailangan ko yung airport. Kailangan ko tong road trip na to kasi qualify ko. Why? Because it's not your fault, but we are forced to choose because we are pure events. Diba? And that is something that we don't experience in B2B. Like we just go wherever we want to go. Diba? Like there are some provinces we discover it can stand on its own. So if you're someone who wants to play your own game, you know, like someone na yung tipong ayaw mo masyadong ma-influensyahan, you can go B2B. We can give you a city, that's it. Dumiskarte ka. That's it. Number two, it's consistent. B2B kasi is like this. Like the first stage in B2B is like this. Mahirap siya talaga. Like it will take time for you to absorb, to understand the concept of B2B. Because one, it will take you a lot of trial and error. There will be weeks you won't get a sale. That's the first stage. You need to give yourself, I think, a month or two to really learn B2B. What do you mean by you need to give yourself a month or two? It means first 2 months you will struggle in terms of sales, in terms of apps, in terms of earnings. Why? Because you just need to learn everything. In events, what you need to do is you need to learn how to handle a fast site, how to handle a slow site, how to handle this territory, and of course, you need to learn the 5 steps. That's it. You need to learn how to penetrate an office, how to talk to guards, how to talk to receptionists, how to talk to receptionists, how to talk to the secretary of the manager. Then from there, you have to learn how to proceed to the next manager. Paano ka magpapa-refer? Paano pag nahuli ka? All these things, parang sobrang pressure. Pangalawa, parang pag-iisipin mo pa siya, parang hassle. But when you're there, my second point is about when you're there, once you sacrifice the first 2 or 3 months of your life in B2B, pag umabot ka na dun sa peak, alam mo, if you're there, you're consistent. Why? Our 3 apps is 5,000 pesos. You know, like in terms of earnings, in terms of points. And people will always say, bakit ang taas ng B2B points? Parang unfair naman. It's gonna be very hard at first. But once you adjust to it, it's not gonna be that hard. Like on the 3rd, 4th month, kasi wala, nasa system mo na siya. Okay? But the thing is, the first stage, that's the hardest part. Number 3, it's about quality and quantity. And I always explain this whenever I conduct B2B trainings. It's not that the B2B guys are really good. No. Okay? Technically, I think same lang talaga. When it comes to pitch, same lang. I think we all have our own different types of pitch. But the reason why, especially for my guys, like we seldom get rejects. I'm not saying we don't get rejects, but our rejects are just like this long. And our resubs this long. And it's not because the guys have really good pitch. No. It's not because of that. It's because of the time that we invest in every sale we do. You know, because every person we close, usually it's 30, 45, 1 hour. But when you do that, like you're someone that they can remember for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. But that's why the quality is a bit high, because it's not that because we explain. It's because we sit there and we build enough relationship with every close we get, with every sale we get. So usually it's 95% bullseye. Ibig sabihin, like, it's a go. Ganon, like sakto. And I always train people how to give the best customer service. Why? Why? Because every sale is 5 points. Once it gets rejected, it's painful. So people always make sure, pag may 3 rejects nang dyan, like there was this 1 week ending, we had 3 rejects. I made this like super big deal. Like, pinost ko siya. Why? Because it's a bit painful. So, people, and because mataas yung points, people tend to be more careful. Kasi mataas yung 1,002 eh. 1,000 semi-annual, 6.75 isang app. Diba? So, what people do, instead of just saying bye, hi, bye, move on, they spend 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes sealing the sale, and then it will push through. Number 4, the people I handle, I always tell this to the guys, it's a silent killer. When it comes to time management, for example, B2B guys, like I always tell this, pag captains, if you're someone who has a B2B team, you don't have to plan parang weeks and weeks before just to run a team night. Everyone ends the field at 5:30. Why? Because they already hit their target ng EWR. Like our target is for you to take Saturday and Sunday off. Your EWR should be green zone, which is 12 points. And then on a Friday, you have to ring the bell. So that's it. Your week is already good. You saved up a certain level of target when it comes to money. And then on a Friday, you set the pace for your week already. Kasi may confidence ka na, shucks, may app na ako. And when it comes to road trips, it's smooth also. In road trips, promise, yung road trips namin 50-50 talaga. 50% we work, 50% we gala. Why? We end the field at 5:30. And they also produce the same number of points. And it pushes them. Like the high points, it pushes them. That's why people always try their best to push for tier 2 in Manila. So what they do, they push. They push. So it gives them more reasons to push. You know, it can be a good addition to your division as well.
There goes a sign, there goes a sign.